Welcome to the Dork Forest. Jackie and her pals will never bore us. Shameless confessions
about our obsession
will make us laugh and smile. So let's explore the Dork Forest and dork out for a while.
Hey, it's Jackie Cation. Welcome to the Dork Forest. You know the websites, JackieCation.com, DorkForest.com, TheDorkForest.com, FamilyPetAncestry.com. You're probably already there. Let's do the credits. Mike Rickberg composed and sang that song with his wife, Sarah, that you just heard. He's going to sing his version of the Mexican hat dance at the end of the program. Patrick Brady is going to fix this audio, and Vilmos works on JackieCation.com, the website. There are many ways to support the show. The Amazon link is one. You can use an Amazon link from JackieCation.com or DorkForest.com to go to Amazon. You order like normal, and it supports the show. There is a straight-up donation button, PayPal or Venmo, to this email address that is mine, Jackie at JackieCation.com, where you can just donate to the show if you like the show a lot. I think PayPal has figured out a way to do a monthly. If you want to go monthly, please do. Other ways to support the show if you want to is you can buy merch. There's Dork Forest t-shirts, and all the shirts are union made here in America, so they run a little big. Union Bayside, so if you want to look up their size chart. And then the other merch is my stand-up merch. On JackieCation.com, you can watch me do stand-up, you can look at my schedule, and the stand-up merch, a couple of different t-shirts, couple of different enamel pins, and all of my CDs and my DVD. If you want to live stream my DVD, it's over there at comedyfilmnerds.com. They have a live streaming capability, or you can get a hard copy of the DVD on my website. Oh, there are premium episodes at Bandcamp. TheDorkForest.bandcamp.com has probably 10 episodes that were done live. They cost me a couple of bucks to make, so I charge you a couple of bucks. If you've run out of regular episodes, go over to TheDorkForest.bandcamp.com and get some more. Other than that, I say this, let's get into the show. Hey, it's Jackie Cation. I'm in my living room with my friend, my old coworker from the old day when we both had a day job before we were living our dreams. Yes, Ebony Jones, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Here's the crazy thing about Ebony is that your Instagram is under your grandmother's name. It's under your grandmother's name. It's a great way to hide.
Yeah.
But now people will know that it is you and your grandmother essentially together at last.
Yes, I'm the spirit of my grandmother. She fought with everybody. So that I fight with everybody under that
Instagram.
Name.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Elizabeth Piggies, but it's Elizabeth with an S, which is, I believe...
I'm sorry, Elizabeth with a Z.
It is a Z.
Yes, Elizabeth with a Z, and I thought you meant for Piggies. Yeah, Piggies has
and Pegues.
Yes.
Got it?
Correct.
Which I have always pronounced pegs.
Yes, my grandfather would be really upset.
Right, he'd be beside himself. And, well, good for him for sticking to his guns and saying, no, it's actually Piggies.
It's Piggies.
Get off my ass. And anyway, which I'm sure he never said, because I'm sure he was a very respectful man.
Yes, he was.
And a lovely gentleman. But your grandmother, on the other hand, picking some fights.
Yeah, all the time. Southern woman from Mississippi.
I think I knew that your grandparents were from Mississippi, because, Andy's whole family is from Mississippi. When I went to meet his family, they took me to the graveyard. I was like, really? You got me meeting everybody? Why do I have to meet everybody?
Yes.
And most of his family is great.
Yeah.
Much like most of my own.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some of them are dumb as a box of rocks. But my favorite was his young cousin Andrew, who joined the Marines, and he wanted to be a recon Marine.
Okay.
And when he got out of boot camp, he was at boot camp down San Diego way.
Right.
And we took him out to dinner, and I said, "Hey, did you get into that recon thing?" He wanted to get into learn Arabic,
right?
So he could grow a beard and go into the woods. I don't know what he wanted to do, but he wanted to learn Arabic,
right?
And without missing a beat, this kid goes, "The Mississippi public school system has not done me any favors. I will be driving the truck." He said, "It is a nice truck."
Yeah, not to say bad things about Mississippi, but we had some good family reunions though.
Oh, there you go. And the food is excellent.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
You can't beat the food down there.
But you didn't grow up in Mississippi. You grew up.
No, I grew up for the most part in Memphis
right?
for a good part of my life, and then we would do our family reunions in Mississippi.
Okay.
So we would drive down there and
mingle.
Yeah,
Mingle with
do
your
that whole family
with your
reunion
peoples.
thing.
And then you went to college.
I did. So
Everyone in the captioning industry has gone to college at some place that is, you're monumentally overeducated.
I know.
To type
Yeah.
Girls Gone Wild or whatever the fuck.
Ivy League grads and everything.
Right. You're Cornell.
I'm Cornell.
Our friend Allison, Harvard.
Harvard, yeah.
Nice Olay, Nicole.
USC.
Which is fancy.
Yeah.
I went to University of Wisconsin, Madison. There's a public school right there. Real
you
nice school, though.
But everybody, a lot of good people pass through that.
Exactly.
world.
Through that captioning world is pretty great. So that is how we know each other.
That is.
I am about to learn things. Another musical episode, Rangers of the Dork Forest. Let's see what happens when we talk about the musician, the singer. Is she a musician? Beyonce.
Yes.
Is she a musician?
Beyonce's a very polarizing figure.
Is
in
she?
music. Yeah. Beyonce, what's interesting is Beyonce and Taylor Swift.
Okay.
They're kind of on the, in my opinion.
Okay. They're
very polarizing.
Is it a line graph and they're on the opposite sides?
I feel that way.
Okay. Why is that?
It's very interesting because, this came up recently.
Are they of an age? Are they the same age-ish?
No. What's Taylor? Probably 20s, maybe. Beyonce's 30s.
I feel like Taylor's 30s. I don't know how old anybody is. Someone
pretty
knows.
sure Taylor's 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, this is my opinion. I'm going through this thing in life where, I don't want to put a person in a box and just say they're bad this, they're bad that.
Okay.
Not a Taylor Swift fan in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But I would never say that she's not talented. She's talented.
Okay.
She's got her thing. But she likes to troll black women.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, wait, now. I did read this. Didn't she steal like her choreography or something from Beyonce?
So this is the thing.
Is that what you mean by troll?
Yes.
Or is it just stealing?
Well,
because choreography is very distinct, right?
What it is, since we're talking about Beyonce, recently Beyonce released Homecoming on Netflix.
Okay.
Which was the Coachella performance.
Oh, it's a concert.
It was her live
music video. Long concert.
Of Coachella, which I was there.
You were at Coachella?
I was at Coachella. Actually, I'd never been to Coachella before.
Where is Coachella?
Originally
Where is Coachella?
In the desert.
Of California?
Of California.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now, yes, Ebony. There is a depth of non-knowledge that is sitting before you.
This is going to be a long podcast.
Oh, no. I'm going to learn shit, but I'm going to ask some real basic questions.
No, so I had originally, Coachella, I like music.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the genre is and everything. I
like
love
all
music.
different kinds?
All different kinds, except for Elvis.
Oh, really?
And
I almost gave you the Elvis class. Oh, we would have thrown down.
You don't even need to. My grandfather, I used to ask my grandfather, can we go see, because we lived around Memphis, around the corner from Graceland.
That's right.
So I would ask my grandfather, can we go see the Christmas lights at Graceland? And he would subject you to the longest discussion of why he did not like Elvis.
Did not enjoy the works of Elvis Presley.
No.
Was it possibly, again, with the thievery?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Because there's some co-opting.
Yes.
There's some people working real hard. And then there's the swooping, swooping in of established Whitey Magoos who are like, oh.
You always get me, Jackie. Well, it's funny.
The learning curve is very steep, but I'm at a good plateau right now.
Well, in relation to the Beyonce discussion, the Beyonce-Taylor Swift discussion, I don't know if you're familiar with the comedian Kev on Stage.
I've heard of him. I don't know.
He actually did on his Instagram something about this, why people were very upset. And he did a quote or an actual video with Ray Charles.
Oh.
Discussing his issues with Elvis.
Oh, wow.
And that specifically, you have these black artists who
and then
are
going
just
forward
doing their thing. And then this white guy comes in shaking his hips. And all of a sudden you think he invented it.
Right.
Nope. It's like, but that's my biggest issue with the music industry, especially in relation to Beyonce versus Adele. And Adele winning the Grammy when even Adele knew she didn't deserve that Grammy.
Okay.
And it's like, I like Adele.
Well, can I tell you that for 2 years I thought that Adele was pronounced Adelaide?
She's British. It's possible.
It's a name. It's in Guys and Dolls, right?
Adelaide
is the name of the woman in Guys and Dolls. I thought it was spelled the same way. Anyway.
And I love Adele. Don't get me wrong. She's a wonderful
Isn't she sad
vocalist.
sack? Isn't it? Doesn't she break up with people?
People
and then
say that this next album's going to be fire, as the kids say.
Oh, because she just got a divorce.
You know, I sorry. You know, I feel
right,
terrible.
but it's supposed to be amazing, right? Because it's supposed to really inspire her to write some
apparently
stuff.
the fans are going to get a fire album out of her.
Okay,
but I love Adele, but I've listened to Adele's in church growing up in Mississippi, Memphis, Southern Baptist churches. You know.
So Adele is doing something that has been happening in Southern Baptist churches for 60 years. Yes. Is what you're telling me.
Not to take away from her talent. She is incredibly talented.
Right. What about Meghan Trainor? People say that she's a lady that will. I
like Meghan.
Yeah, and because it's doo-woppy.
It's very doo-woppy.
So she's stolen something that's been stolen 45 years ago.
You know.
So
my thing is too with all of this is just give credit to the people before you. Bruno Mars is known to, in every interview, say, these are the people
who've influenced me.
Yeah.
And okay.
These are the reasons I'm here.
Buy their albums.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, the thing with the whole Beyonce Taylor Swift thing, you know, with the whole use of the band at the American Music Awards or whatever the last award show was, my issue with that is read a room. It's a timing issue because the reason why, and then people want to argue, well, Taylor Swift's been using bands forever.
Wait, did she have a marching band?
She did.
Did Beyonce have a marching band?
She did.
Is that formation?
Well, so to kind of take it back a little bit.
Can we do, okay, here we are. We're 9.5 minutes into the program.
Yeah.
I don't know who Beyonce is.
You still don't know who Beyonce is.
Right.
We should start there.
Let's start there.
Okay.
Beyonce is in her 30s. Here's what I know about Beyonce because of other musical episodes of The Dork Forest.
Okay.
I have seen the video for Lemonade where she takes a baseball bat to a car.
Hold up. Yeah.
I saw much of the Formation video.
Yes.
Where there was some great synchronized dancing.
Yeah.
And then and I've heard those two songs. They seem very lovely. They got a good beat. The kids can dance to them.
They do.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, and she is married to Jay-Z.
She is.
This is the other thing I know about Beyonce. That's it.
Well, you know, it's funny enough. I was actually a Jay-Z fan before I was a Beyonce fan.
Okay.
Yes. When he married Beyonce, I accepted her into the family.
Fold. And then has there been...
There have been some ups and downs.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, no, because now, are you a bigger fan of Beyonce's now than Jay-Z, or is it still...
I think it's pretty equal. Because what I love about the two of them is they're off doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And they know when to come together.
So they are partners.
They are partners.
They are lovers and married.
They're equally talented.
And they are equally talented in their own way. And
yeah.
nobody's carrying the other one, and nobody's mad at the other one.
No, absolutely not.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And, you know, Jay-Z is doing a lot for social justice reform.
Okay.
You know, the stuff, you know, Kim Kardashian's trying to take credit for now. He's been doing for a while, you know.
But doesn't she talk to fucking Knobjob? She talks to Knobjob and gets like pardons. What is Jay-Z doing? I don't know. I swear to God.
I mean, he is actually, I'm sure you're familiar with Van Jones.
Nope.
So Van Jones is, you know, used to work with the Obama administration.
Okay.
Not the biggest fan of Van Jones, but whatever. I can't knock the work that he's out there doing for social justice reform. So, you know, Kim is kind of involved with that as well. I know. She's, you know, gotten, you know, kudos from Van. Basically, well, you know, if she can get this done, you know, we shouldn't knock her for being BFFs with Trump. Whatever.
Right. Sure
whatever.
I can.
Whatever.
Anyway.
You know, but Jay-Z has, you know, especially with the unfair you know, bail bond, you know, people sitting in jail because
they can't afford
not
bail.
being charged.
Yeah,
you know, because they can't afford bail. Can't afford lawyers. You know, so he's really been leading the charge on that.
Oh, that's neat.
You know, so
that's amazing.
So yeah, that's been his thing.
Okay, so Beyonce was she in a band?
So Beyonce was a part of Destiny's Child.
There we go. I almost knew that.
Yes.
Okay, there was a band called Destiny's Child in the 90s.
Destiny's Child in the 90s. And by the way, Destiny's Child, even for Taylor Swift probably even born, were linking up with historically black universities and using their marching bands as a part of their music videos, their
fun.
concerts and everything like that.
So
yes,
Destiny's
Fleetwood Mac did it before them.
But marching band nerds are marching band nerds, whatever
Yes.
their melanin count, whatever.
Right.
So marching band nerds want to use marching bands.
Yeah.
So okay. But Fleetwood Mac used a band.
And one of the
Destiny's-
best albums, by the way, The Dance.
The Dance.
They used the USC marching band. Yeah.
I don't know anything about Fleetwood Mac either. So
What? Oh, man.
I know.
And that album came out, I'm pretty sure, like a month or so, or probably a week or so before Princess Diana died. I know this because I link the two together.
They are
I just remember
inexorably-
listening to
inexorably linked.
that album and crying because of the loss of Princess Diana.
I remember there was a lot of real strong emotions when
Yes.
Princess Diana
Yes. But
got hit by a car or whatever happened.
Yes.
Yes. My ad. I'm about to do an ad. Rangers, this is an ad for Robinhood. That's right. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. While other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all of your profits. Plus, there's no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. The simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike. View easy-to-understand charts and market data, and place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. You can also view stock collections, such as 100 most popular. With Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio, discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right moment to invest. Robinhood is giving listeners of the Dork Forest a free stock, like Apple, Ford, or Sprint, to help you build your portfolio. So sign up at forest.robinhood.com. Let's get back into the show.
But yeah, so Beyonce was a part of Destiny's Child.
Okay.
And
then they split up, and
they
she
all
went
split up.
independent.
She went and did her own thing.
How are the other two doing? Is it
The
very
other
much
two are
a...
doing pretty good. I mean, Kelly Rowland is, doing her thing.
Okay.
That's
That's a name I actually have heard of. I don't know.
I
Not
think
as
she
famous
does
as
like
Beyonce.
correspondence sometimes for like Entertainment. Yeah, different stuff. Like she's always doing red
Like talking
carpets.
head kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's doing music still. She's
course.
releasing albums, and
Okay.
Michelle Williams, just recently did a reality show with her fiance on the OWN network.
Okay.
So she's around.
So everybody's still working.
Everybody's still working. That's Destiny Child's 3.
Okay.
There was a Destiny Child 4.
Oh, was there?
I was not into the Destiny Child 4. Okay,
there was
my
a-
love started with Destiny Child 3.
And then they added another member?
No, they decreased by a member.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was Destiny Child 4. There may have even been Destiny Child 5.
Okay.
And then it just steadily decreased until the 3. And that was when I came on board.
Oh, okay.
And
All
then,
right.
of course, Destiny Child broke up.
What is a famous Destiny Child song?
Say My Name.
Say my name. Okay.
Say my name. Say my name.
I will look into it.
If no one is around you, say, baby, I love you.
Some lyrics are being thrown down, Rangers.
Yes.
And that's very beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, so then Beyonce. So
then Beyonce
it's the
went
end of
solo.
the 90s? Is this
Yeah.
mid-90s? Late
Yeah,
90s?
yeah. So
Something like
Beyonce
that?
went solo and started doing her own solo thing, and I liked her. I've always liked Beyonce. I've always liked all 3 girls.
Okay.
And but she is arguably the biggest artist of them all.
Right.
Right.
Somebody said to me the other day that he said, was a club owner in Bloomington, Indiana, said, I used to think the best looking person on this planet was Beyonce. Mm-hmm. I have since changed my mind. Mm-hmm. It is Michael B. Jordan. And I was like, those are 2 very good looking humans.
Yes.
Those are some people who work out, clearly.
Yes,
There's some sit-ups
clearly.
happening.
There are.
And those are some handsome, good looking humans.
Yes, they are.
But so Beyonce is now doing her own music. Does she write and sing?
Okay. So
I don't know anything about
people, and this is what gets very hypocritical to me. So people say that Beyonce doesn't write her own stuff. She has like 50 writers on her albums, and she,
if you could afford 50
she's
writers,
been sued because she didn't give credit for this person and that person and everything. And Taylor Swift writes her own music, and it's just,
does it go there? Does it? Probably almost immediately. Yes,
it does.
Okay,
and look, I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about songwriters and how that whole process works.
Okay,
but what I do
you
know,
could pretend.
I could. I'm not in the studio with Beyonce and,
Nope.
what she's writing and what she's not writing and all that kind of stuff. I guess all I could do is read the liner notes for the CD.
Like everyone.
Who wrote this? Whose samples are being used?
Yep.
It was, she released a new song, Before I Let Go, along with this Homecoming album that just came out. It's Frankie Beverly and May's song. And people were mad. Like the older people are like, what is she doing?
What?
You can't mess with the original. Frankie Beverly came out and said, I'm getting paid.
Right.
He's happy.
Yes. So someone is now remembering my song.
Right.
Going back to it and also listening to it. It is being sampled. I mean, especially when the you remember in the beginning of hip hop when they would use the songs and not pay the pay the FAA or FCC or not FAA, whatever the royalties. Yeah. And so this is actually it's a good thing to use those things.
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely. And you teach the younger generation about older music. That's how I learned about older music. I mean, my family loved music.
Right.
My uncle sang and I sang with them, and we had albums, and my grandfather was always upgrading the record player. It was
like
year.
We would like a very nice sound
system.
system.
We would like something new every year. I was listening to the old stuff. I'm a huge Diana Ross and Supreme fan, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Right. I'm getting the impression that you will listen to almost anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally. That's why I love Coachella.
You love Coachella? You go to see live music a fair amount?
I love live music.
I'm going to go see Heart, it turns out.
I would love to see Heart.
Well, I might have tickets because I'm going with Valerie Tossi, who did the show 2 weeks before you. Mm-hmm. And we talked about different venues that she goes to. And it's at the Hollywood Bowl, though.
That's good.
That is good.
Rose Bowl is bad.
That's right. There was something about didn't you go see Beyonce and
saw Beyonce at the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
It was the worst experience in my life. The concert was great, but you can't get out of the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
So the concert ended at 11. I got home at 2 a.m. because
3 hours.
Yes, because first of all, we got dropped off by an Uber or Lyft or whatever, and the plan was, to
take such a thing
ride share, but there's no cell phone reception. So when you get out of there, everybody's trying to get a Uber and Lyft, and you're walking forever to get to the drop-off pickup place. And I literally see people lying in the grass, have given up on getting out of the Rose Bowl. And there was a helicopter coming above, and these two guys, they were like, "That's Beyonce laughing at us." But yeah, and then plus you have surge pricing. So, the normal ride, $5 was like $50. And so we actually took 2 Ubers to finally get home because we waited. We had to wait for the surge pricing to drop.
Okay, so you took the tiniest Uber to get away from the surge pricing
when we could
area.
finally get one. Yes, we had to walk first. We had to hike.
Right. Maybe a quarter of a mile.
I think my Apple Watch told me I walked 20,000 steps that day.
What?
Yeah, that's probably the most steps I've ever walked. We had to hike, get the first Uber. We got dropped off at a friend's house who lives in Pasadena.
Okay.
Hung out at his place. Waited for the surge pricing to drop, then got the next one, finally got home at like 2 a.m. Never do the Rose Bowl again. I don't care who's there.
Right.
Jesus could be there.
Right.
And I would.
What is there, like at the Hollywood Bowl, you can drive.
Love the bowl.
You can drive, right?
Yeah, I valet.
Oh, you even valet?
Get there early enough, valet, in and out, no problem. $75.
Okay.
But if you got a car for like 4 people, you split it.
Right. It
totally
could be $20 a pop.
Drops you off right there.
That's with a really shitty tip of $5.
This is the price of being lazy.
That is the price of being lazy. But you've actually inspired me because I don't mind the idea of valet parking for $75.
Yeah.
All right. So But
Beyonce.
once you get into the Rose Bowl, the show itself was great.
What album? Good. My issue, the Rose Bowl's kind of old.
Okay.
You know,
and
I need comfort.
The seats are not that great?
The seats aren't great, you know.
Yeah. We're not 25 years old.
No.
I'm not. I didn't even like it when I was 25.
No, I need comfort.
Yeah. So, how many times have you seen Beyonce? Would you say?
Wow. In 1 year, I saw Beyonce easily 3 times.
In a year?
In 1 year. This was not last year, but year before last. Yeah.
How many albums does she have?
Oh, she's got a couple albums. I don't know how many to be exact, but
more than 6?
Yeah, for sure. I think we're waiting on number 7.
Okay.
For her, yeah.
Okay, so is Formation on an album, or was it the album?
The funny thing about Formation is, this is the thing with Beyonce. You don't know when she's dropping an album. She just drops an album.
Oh, she doesn't tell anyone?
And so I'm just out getting barbecue, and my friends text me. They're like, "Are Jay-Z and Beyonce getting a divorce?" And I'm like, "What are you talking? What is there something on Twitter? What's going on?" And she's literally every trending topic on Twitter. I see Lemonade in every song title, and I'm like, HBO. So what happened was my friend's like, "Just watch HBO." So she dropped this long music documentary on HBO. Right. She just dropped it. And
was that the baseball bat thing?
Yeah. So it starts out, she's basically, the music is basically talking about her being cheated on.
Okay.
And it, with Becky with the good hair and all that kind of stuff. And by the almost not really the end of it, you're sitting there like, my parents are getting a divorce.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
You feel like that.
Right.
And then the last song, it's about reconciliation. And then you feel better. You can breathe.
Okay.
And then, you watch it again because it's not over.
Oh, right.
And then after that, she dropped the album, and that was Lemonade. So Formation was actually an extra song on the Lemonade album.
Okay. So she'll just drop an album.
She will.
And not tell anyone.
Not tell a word. And you know what's funny is she has this, if you watch Homecoming, and you really should, just as a person who loves music, even if you don't love her music, this is why I tell people, you can hate Beyonce all you want, but you cannot question this woman's work. How much she puts into her shows. And, she really talks about, she has hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And how do you keep these people from not talking? That just shows I feel like it shows the loyalty that these people who work under her have for her. No one knew about this.
Oh, there's no gossip.
No gossip. No one knows anything. No one leaks.
Weird.
No leaks whatsoever.
That's weird. You're right.
Yeah.
Because she's got to employ 1,000 people.
If I worked for Beyonce, I'm telling somebody.
Right, there has to be a loved one. Just I'm going to call somebody. And you can't tell anyone, but we're working on a new thing. It's really cool.
And that next person's going to say something.
Well, because you were telling me about your show. Yeah. The show you're working on. And you're like, some of this stuff isn't out yet. Keep it together. Which is why I Googled the name of the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to be able to talk about the things that are in this article.
I'm excited to talk about it.
Right. Well, the show that you're on, it starts in June, right?
Yeah, it's not going to start until June. Yeah.
So, So, by the way, I am talking with Ebony Jones. And what we're talking about here is Elizabeth with a Z, Piggies, Pegues, on Instagram. And we're talking about Beyonce, but we're going to weed off. We're going to weed off right now, and we're going to talk about this project that you're working on.
Yeah.
Because now, I don't even know what you do. I assume that it's some sort of production thing. I don't know. I'm in the part of show business that doesn't know anything. So, but the show is called Mrs. America.
It is called Mrs. America.
And it's going to be on FX.
Yeah. So excited about it.
It's a limited series?
It's a limited series. What I'm excited about is, you follow me on social media, and you know how I feel about America.
Right.
And so it's really, this is going to be a real challenge for me because it's based on, but a good challenge.
Okay.
It's based on
You've read several of the scripts too, so
yes.
you know that it's
Yeah, great.
It's going to be
really
great?
excited.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because, look, I wasn't born until the early 80s. I'm going to push my age back a little bit.
Oh, do whatever you need to do. I don't care.
So, I missed out on this, like, huge wave of the feminist movement.
And Mrs. America
It's about the conservative feminist, Phyllis
Schlafly.
Is it Schlafly?
It's Schlafly with an L.
Okay.
And I remember her because I am much older than you, and she
Okay.
was a piece of shit when I was. And I don't have any problem anyone knowing that I don't like Phyllis Schlafly.
Yeah.
I've never liked her.
Yeah.
And it was always because when I was a kid. Ever since, people are like, women are knee-jerk feminists and they just support women. And then my sister and I would just look at each other and go, not Phyllis Schlafly. We do not support Phyllis Schlafly. So this is a limited series, 9 episodes.
Yeah,
They're 1 hour episodes?
Yes, 1 hour. Yeah,
And they
on
will
FX.
all be about Phyllis Schlafly and then her meeting different people.
The different feminists like Gloria Steinem, Shirley Chisholm, all the different feminists from that time.
era.
And it's so timely.
Oh, it's so timely.
Especially with, the whole abortion law, slowly state by state
They're just
doing these crazy,
heartbeat bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it revolves around the ERA.
Yes.
The Equal Rights Amendment.
The slow, I don't think the ERA was ever ratified, was it?
It was not.
Yeah.
It came close, but it was not ratified. So, but it is still possible for it to be ratified.
Right.
And then, and the moral majority, right?
Yeah.
And the creation of the moral majority and the right wing using left wing techniques
Yep.
and their own horrible right wing techniques
right.
together at last
Right.
to trick people
Right.
into hating everything more.
Right.
So, but that it sounds because Kate Blanchett
Kate Blanchett, I love
is
Kate.
going to play
Yeah.
Phyllis Schlafly.
Yeah. I'm excited.
That's amazing. And then
Yeah.
there's going to be other icons.
I think she's going to kill it. Yeah.
Oh, she's going to nail it.
Yeah.
This sounds like exactly the kind of program that I will not be able to watch. So much tension. It's
going to be hard.
So much tension. I will love to hear about it.
Yeah, but
secondhand.
I got to give it a shout out to FX because they are always doing, like, their programming is just,
Their unique programming?
yeah.
I don't have cable. I don't even know what they do.
I mean, they've got Atlanta, which is one of my
Oh.
favorite shows, Donald Glover.
Okay.
I mean, that show is so great.
I hear that it's great. I
It
hear
is.
that it's really wonderful. Now, is it an hour long or is it a half hour?
I think I think it comes out to be about a half hour. The thing with FX is there's really no, I kind
it
of feel
more
like
fluid?
I feel like they actually before Netflix really led the charge on not having this structure per se. I really can genuinely say FX is all about the creative and doing a show that the creative wants to do.
Right.
So that's really cool. So if you feel like you can't get more than 30 minutes out of your episode,
Don't sweat it.
don't
Just do 30 minutes of an episode.
As long as it's good.
Okay.
Game of Thrones could learn from that.
We are recording this the day after the second to last Game of Thrones. Is next week the end of it?
So, ooh, Lord, yes.
Good.
Thank
Good.
God.
I'm done.
But yeah, so they have Atlanta Pose, which is, Ryan Murphy. I went to actually, my sister's a huge fan of Pose. So we took her to
Pose, P-O-S-E.
Yeah, POSE.
Is it about fashion?
Yes, there's fashion. There's fashion. I guess the time period, because I'm still catching up, I guess the time period is probably like the 80s.
Okay.
Of course, we're talking about, the rise of AIDS and,
Drugs
HIV, AIDS and everything. And then, there's some really,
Heavy
deep subjects.
yeah.
Billy Porter, who is killing it on every red carpet.
Okay. Yeah.
Phenomenal actor in every way.
That's neat.
So Pose is a great show. Of course, I never watched The Americans, but people always talk about.
they talk about The Americans, and it's
know,
amazing. That's on
so-
FX as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, on my first experience with FX was The Strain with Carlton Cuse and Guillermo
that's right.
del Toro.
That's right. You worked on that show.
I did.
And,
so that's my relationship with FX, and yeah. I'll be glad to be back.
Yeah.
Right now I'm on Titans, DC with the Greg Berlanti crew.
Wait, Titans a comic book show?
Yeah. I get based on Teen Titans.
Yeah. Oh, we've been meaning to watch that.
Yeah. The streaming. Yeah, on the DC
it's probably
streaming.
It's either on DC streaming, but it might also be on Hulu. And,
Is it? Okay. Yeah. Oh,
because FX
it's actually Netflix.
Oh, is it on Netflix?
I think it's Netflix. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that show's cool, and what I love about it is because they are streaming, they can do some pretty dark stuff.
Right. They can talk about anything.
Yeah, they can use the F word. They can do all that.
It's because I watch Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, yes.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Those are really the only two television programs I'm currently watching.
Well, who has time to watch TV, right?
Well, it's right here in the middle of our very small house, and it's right by where we're both trying to work on computers.
Yeah.
And if you're not a person who can work while the television is on, the television is not on.
Yeah. That's how I am.
Yeah.
So I'm very choosy about what I watch, so that's why Game of Thrones is very upsetting right now.
Right, because it was not particularly great, I heard last night. But they may pull it out of in the 11th hour. You don't know. Maybe next week.
We'll see.
They could bring it all together.
We'll see.
How great if they just brought back that first king guy. Remember that first king guy?
Oh, yeah.
When they bring that guy back.
Yeah.
They just go, hey, I wasn't really dead.
I don't think he wants to come back. I if I were him, I wouldn't.
Right. Right.
But yeah, so regarding Beyonce, so recently she released Homecoming, which was, so the story with that, so Beyonce was the first Black woman to headline Coachella.
Oh, wow.
So I have to mention that. That's very important. Especially since Coachella's been around for a while.
How long has Coachella been around? Like at least 10 or 12 years, right?
It's got to be, yeah.
Okay.
I've known friends who've been going to Coachella for, I feel like, a decade.
I did an episode, Lorraine Newman likes to go to Coachella and go to the ED, the electric dance music tents.
Yeah. They actually have a festival in Vegas, I know.
Oh, just an all electronic music? Okay.
Yeah. I'd actually like to do that one year. That seems fun, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to need a chair.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's lovely.
Yeah. So she's the first Black woman. So the first year she was supposed to do it, she got pregnant.
Oh.
And Lady Gaga ended up taking her slot for that year. And I already had tickets. And I love Lady Gaga, by the way.
You love Lady Gaga?
Love her.
Don't know anything about Lady Gaga either.
She's great. You know what?
Does she wear a big hat sometimes?
Well, you know what's funny about Lady Gaga?
Yes.
She was on American Horror Story, also FX, Ryan Murphy show. And my parents watch it. And my father has developed a crush on Lady Gaga. So I've known Lady Gaga. I remember going to New Kids on the Block concert in Vegas.
Wow.
And Lady Gaga was opening for them.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Open for New Kids. And we were in the casino. This is in Vegas. We're in the casino. Mm-hmm. And this woman, in all of her glory.
Yeah.
Neither one of us were, I was just like, oh my God, it's Lady Gaga. She's walking through the casino area and we just literally slammed into each other. Like I had Lady Gaga sweat all over me. And I texted everyone I knew. And I'm like, oh my God, I just physically bumped into Lady Gaga. And everyone was like, who is Lady Gaga?
No.
And no one knew her then.
No one knew her.
No one knew her. And so, over the years, she did this crazy stuff and she dressed crazy. And I'm fine with that. Because that's an Elton John thing for me. That's what I love about him, But at the same time, I knew that Lady Gaga was very talented. Yeah. And so it's funny. So when we went to Coachella, she basically sat in the piano and just played.
Oh, wow.
And my dad happened to call me in the middle of Coachella. They always call it the most inopportune times. And he's like, oh, how's Lady Gaga? And I said, she looks great. He's like, yeah, she's beautiful when she's not wearing all that makeup.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's right. He finally made a good point.
Oh,
But it was so cool because Beyonce and Lady Gaga did a song together years ago.
Oh, years ago.
And she played it. And it was so
as
cool.
As like a tribute to she's like, with child. She
since she's
be
not here today, I'm going to play the song, and it was just so hard. It was so cool. Women supporting women,
Right. Was just a really cool.
It was just a great moment. Yeah. And Lady Gaga was
What
great.
song was that?
Is it the song Telephone? I think it's Telephone. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a great moment. And Lady Gaga, so Beyonce, of course, did the following year.
Okay.
And that whole weekend was awesome, because the first night, it was The Weeknd. I'm not the biggest Weeknd fan, so I went and saw
Weeknd
Jamiroquai.
Okay.
Jamiroquai was fantastic.
Weeknd doesn't have all the letters in it.
Right.
Correct?
Right. He's missing an E.
He's missing an E.
Yes.
Is Weeknd different than Vampire Weekend?
Yes. That's different. Yeah.
That's a different band entirely. And then Jamiroquai.
So I told my friends, and we were all about the same age. And I'm like, guys, let's go see Jamiroquai. Like, I nothing against the Weeknd. I like him.
Sure.
But, what was cool is because all the young kids went to go see the Weeknd.
Right.
And we, old people went to see Jamiroquai. He was fantastic.
Okay. What's the name of his album?
In the 90s, man. He's from the 90s. Oh, Virtual Insanity.
Okay.
Cosmic Girl.
He's
just great.
Is it guitar rock? What is Jamiroquai?
He's very hard to. One of his biggest influences was, I believe he said one of his big influences is Prince.
Okay.
But they're it's not really the same type of
Prince
music.
is so different from Prince to Prince to Prince.
Yeah, true.
So it's hard to.
So it's probably a particular era.
Right.
Of Prince. But, he's British, Jamiroquai, and, he's always had some. But he doesn't really tour anymore, at least not anymore.
Okay.
So to be able to see him, like, I've been looking for him since. I'm like,
You would go again.
Oh,
you would easily go again.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I believe in London, he's going to be doing this festival in London where it's like all these great 90s artists that are coming together. And if I can hop on a plane to London to see this show, I would.
You would.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But, so he was first night. Beyonce was second night, Saturday night. Fantastic performance. And the last night was Eminem.
Oh, wow.
And he was great. I've always loved Eminem.
I like Eminem.
But I don't typically like going to rappers' concerts because you never know what you're going to get.
The vibe can be really...
It can be weird. You never know. I always worry if I'm going to be entertained.
I saw Ice Cube, I think, where he played with... was it Ice? No, it was Ice-T. Sorry. Okay. It was... what it was. Do you remember... It might have been Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
And it was Jane's Addiction was headlining it.
Okay.
And so I went to that weekend. It's the last festival-y kind of music thing that I ever went to that I didn't do stand-up at.
Right.
Because I wanted to see Ice-T, and I didn't know, because I really liked his album.
Right.
But I didn't know that he was playing with his heavy metal band, actually, at this thing.
Oh, okay.
And it was good, except for... the vibe of the dingbats around me was brutal.
Okay.
I do not enjoy...
Okay.
There is a certain vibe of... And they're usually young white men who are just super aggro and are excited about the rage that is in hip-hop. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll listen to the album.
You know what I learned to do at Coachella? The first year, you always try to get up to the front.
Oh, okay.
And, and I'm not good with crowds like that.
Yeah.
The next year... we went all the way to the because they've got those big, huge screens.
Okay.
You can still see, you can hear. We went all the way to the back, found a nice hill to sit on.
Yeah.
Had our drinks.
Right.
Hot dogs, whatever.
Had a nice little sort of picnic, little sangria, some hot dogs.
I'm still enjoying live music.
Right.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Because of amplification, you can hear the band.
Just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that how you saw Beyonce?
That is.
From a hill?
From a hill.
I
couldn't do it.
Like people. Like
the
Christians.
Beehive.
Where you have a seat.
Yeah,
it's nice.
The Beehive.
What's the Beehive?
You don't know about the Beehive?
I do not.
Wow. You've never seen the Beyoncé skit on Saturday Night Live?
Nope. What is that?
You have to see the Beyoncé skit.
How do you spell Beyoncé?
B-E-Y. Maybe it's Beyoncé skip.
Oh, like Beyonce,
B-E-Y.
And then agency?
G-C-Y, yes. Oh, you have to see this skit. It's fantastic. It's one of the funniest things they've done. But basically, don't say anything bad about Beyonce.
Oh, okay. Don't even do it.
Funny story.
Yeah.
So, Lemonade comes out. She mentions Becky with the good hair.
Yep.
That she was being cheated on with from Jay-Z. And people were obviously, after Lemonade was done, trying to figure out who is Becky with the good hair. So some names were being dropped out.
Yeah.
And someone said that due to a misspelling, that the person that he cheated with was Rachel Ray. So
Wait,
so
the cook? The TV
there is a
personality?
Rachel Roy.
Okay.
It's not confirmed. There is a Rachel Roy. But yeah, so people, because someone spelled A instead of O, Rachel Ray. So what subsequently happened was people went to Rachel Ray's Instagram and started putting B's all over her Instagram pictures, talking about her food, saying her food was terrible. How could
just sort
you
of trolling
break
the
up?
heck out of...
Yeah, how could you break up this marriage?
And Jay-Z's like, wait, isn't she like 10 years older than me and is really into her dogs?
That's not really his type.
Not really his type.
You know?
And Rachel Ray's hair is nice, but it's not the good hair.
Yes, that's on Becky.
That didn't feel Becky-ish. So Rachel
hilarious.
Roy might be the person?
Rachel Roy might. I don't think
Who
it's
is Rachel
been
Roy?
Rachel Roy is actually the ex-wife of Dame Dash.
Right.
This is
Who's
like a
Dame
whole
Dash? Yeah, let's do it. Who's Dame Dash?
Dame Dash was Jay-Z's music partner.
Okay.
And they went their separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
And
so Rachel Roy.
She's also a fashion designer. Rachel Roy.
Her nickname might be Becky, or maybe she changed it from Rebecca to Rachel so that people would troll someone named Rebecca instead of the actual person. Because there might have been, because when you write, if you're Beyonce and you write that song, you know that essentially you're pointing your fans at people named Becky.
I think she knows.
Yeah, I think her brain's attached to the rest of her. Because the thing about Beyonce, I don't know a lot about her. She seems very smart. She doesn't seem like a dumb person at all. No. And I haven't just literally just the lyrics of the things that I've seen.
Yeah.
And the look on her face. Right? The look on her face is just like, no, I'm
yeah.
She seems like a relatively serious but fun person.
She's all about her business.
Right. She seems like a very... Wait, did she do a thing about there was $1 billion in an elevator? Was that a line in
Oh, you didn't hear about that story.
No, let's hear that story.
Yeah.
And I love that I've pulled a Beyonce lyric out of the air.
Where'd you find that one? That's a random...
Well... I like to be about 6 or 7 years behind everyone else when it comes to music.
So that story, about $1 billion on the elevator, that's referencing the Met Gala a couple years ago. A couple years before Lemonade came out. There's actually a funny picture of Jay-Z standing there and, is it Rita Ora? Is actually literally holding Jay-Z. And Taraji P. Henson is looking at the camera like, I got to get the fuck out of here. This isn't going to go down well.
Okay, who are those people?
So Taraji P. Henson, of course, is from Empire.
Okay.
Cookie Lion. Cookie Lion.
TV show, Empire. I know that much.
Rita Ora is a musician, artist. Yeah. And so they're all at the Met Gala. You know how the Met Gala is. You know what the Met Gala is. I don't. It's Anna Wintour's. Is it Wintour? Is that how you pronounce it?
Sure.
I always want to pronounce it with a V.
Okay.
Because I think she deserves a V. Anna Wintour's gala that she does every year. Each year is a certain theme, and everybody shows up, and you hope.
Is it a fashion gala?
Yeah, it's a fashion gala. This year the gala was camp.
Okay. Oh,
yes.
I saw some pictures of a man dressed entirely in black, but with ruffles.
Yes, that
Very
was
handsome.
Mr. Harry Styles.
He
phoned it in.
Oh, is that what people
phoned
said?
Phoned it in. I love Harry Styles.
But that suit did not feel...
I'm not a One Direction fan, but I do love Harry Styles.
All right.
And he's got like a Mick Jagger vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Typically, florals and crazy stuff. And he shows up in all black and satin at the Met Gala. What? Come on, man. You just rolled out of bed.
I thought he looked very handsome.
He looked handsome. He was also on the committee.
Okay.
He and Serena Williams.
Oh.
You saw Serena. She looked great. She had on the yellow lemonade-like dress with the yellow Nikes. She was looking great because she doesn't do heels. That's why I love her.
Okay.
And
anyway, but the old Met Gala.
Where
Jay-Z...
So where they were. And
the musician and the guy from Empire were all in an elevator?
The girl from no. So this was a picture of people trying to piece together what happened, because later Solange, who is Beyonce's little sister, Jay-Z, and Beyonce were all in an elevator.
Those three were in an elevator.
Those three are in an elevator, and Beyonce like popped off on Jay-Z.
Physically or?
Oh, she went at him.
Oh, she hit him.
She was going, and Jay-Z was like, you know,
I am being hit. Up. Hands up, please do not.
Hands up, you know.
I do not hit girls. I do not hit girls. I do not hit girls, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because
but Solange is that little sister you want, you know.
So, wait, so Beyonce and Jay-Z were having it out, and Solange was just standing there.
Solange was there. We think that there was something, maybe this Rita Ora situation prompted it. Maybe there was someone, maybe Rachel Roy was there.
There was some sort of like Jay-Z was doing something that was not appropriate.
Yes, and little sister jumped in, and you know,
and then it
escalated. Out in the elevator. Yeah,
it escalated. Beyonce essentially was scratching and fighting.
Well, no, Beyonce was just in the corner.
Oh, Solange attacked.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No, Beyonce was just like,
oh, this is between you two.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. No, Beyonce did not bring out the claws. She was just kind of letting little sister handle it.
Okay. And so her sister is her sister a musician?
Yeah. Great musician.
Okay.
Solange.
Yeah. It's a great name.
Yeah. So, by the way, I have a younger sister, Taylor.
Okay.
And she and I, she probably won't remember this, but she and I actually had a falling out over Beyonce.
Wow.
Because
what year was this?
A couple years ago, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
well
I
into your
unfollowed
adult...
her on Facebook because of this. She does not like Beyonce.
Okay.
But she's a Solange fan. She loves Solange.
Wow.
So
Camp
she's
Solange.
more
Team
of
Solange.
a Erykah Badu, earthy, you know,
hippie skippy
type of artist. You know, Solange is definitely different from her sister, which is great because I enjoy both of them. But yeah, so she said something not nice about Beyonce, and I took it very personally. And I was like, you know what, I'm out of here.
Wow. See you at Thanksgiving. Yeah. But as of this situation.
Yeah. And then a week later, my mom sends me a shirt in the mail that says, when the world gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Your mom sounds adorable.
So I was like, so you're trying to say I was right. I was right. Basically.
Right. She sent you a lemonade shirt.
She sent me a lemonade shirt.
That's entirely your mom, obviously. Team Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she likes Beyonce.
Sure. Yeah. And do you still remember what your sister said about Beyonce?
I'll tell you. So, and this is a point. And this is a point that I do want to bring up on the podcast that a lot of people don't seem to understand about Beyonce and what she represents, especially for Black women. What the argument was about was my sister felt that Beyonce and Jay-Z don't show up to Black events, like the BET Awards. The NAACP awards.
Okay.
You know, but they show up to the Grammys.
Oh, okay.
You know, I get it. You know, I do think, you know, if we're going to keep the Image Awards or the BET Awards or any of those things, I do think Black artists need to show up, especially
the giant.
You know, and they did this year.
Yeah.
The Image Awards, everybody was there. It was crazy, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what prompted people to all of a sudden show up.
Maybe your sister.
Maybe. Yeah. But Beyonce and Jay-Z were also there. But so that's what started the fight, because my thing is too, you know, with the BET Awards, I'm just like, get it together. You know?
Oh, the awards themselves aren't that much fun? Or?
They're not good. They're not good award shows. I wouldn't want to show up. They don't have a budget. I don't know what the issue is.
Right.
So I get it. I get why they don't want to show up.
Right. You don't want to show up to the junkie thing.
No, you don't.
Like, do it right, and everyone
But you know what?
will
I'm
show
done
up.
with the Grammys too. After Adele won. So basically, Adele won the year of Lemonade.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know nothing about Lemonade.
I don't know.
You reacted that way.
Right, because I know one Sad Sack Adele song, but Lemonade was huge. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh,
and,
that's
that, and that was my thing.
Hello. I always thought she was talking to ghosts. I was like, do you think
Or Lionel Richie, one or the other.
Is it me you're looking for?
Right,
And then,
exactly.
hello.
So my thing is with that year, and it's the same thing with the Taylor Swift year. The year that, Kanye got up there on his high horse against Taylor Swift. I got it. But I hate why he don't do that to her. At the time Taylor was a young girl.
Yeah.
And you just don't ruin someone. I just don't believe in ruining someone's moment as fair or unfair as I feel it is. But that was the year of single ladies.
Oh God.
I don't even know what Taylor Swift won for.
Right.
Single ladies was
huge.
a culturally phenomenal, whether you liked the song or not.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere.
Right.
How did Taylor Swift, which I don't know what she won for, beat Single Ladies?
The thing is I didn't know. I knew the song "Single Ladies" until you said it in that tone. Those "Single Ladies," which is "Put a Ring on It," right? Is that what it is?
Put a ring on it.
There you go. This is a flashback. I did an episode about Jay-Z with a comic named Dwayne Perkins.
Okay.
And I said the first thing I said to Dwayne Perkins was, "Who is Jay-Z?" And he said, of the many things that I was going to ask you, that I thought you were going to say, "Who is Jay-Z?" was not the one. And at one point we were talking through, and it was where I learned many things about Beyonce too.
Yeah.
And it was, or the 9 things I know about her.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I was like, I don't know that I've heard a lot of pop music, including Beyonce or Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And he said something to me that has really stuck with me. And that was probably 4 years ago that he was on, which is, he's like, you've been to a gas station. You've been to a grocery store. You have heard these people's songs because they're playing all the time.
Right.
And ever since then, I am more aware of what is playing in grocery stores and gas stations and public spaces.
Right.
And I do know those songs more.
Yeah.
That story doesn't really have an end.
Yeah,
That
no,
was just
Single
the whole thing.
Ladies
is a huge song.
And that's how I feel about Lemonade versus 21, which was Adele's album. And it's nothing. My feeling on the whole Grammy thing was Adele should have won Song of the Year
Okay.
for Hello.
Yeah.
And Beyonce should have won Album of the Year for Lemonade. Because there's honestly with the exception of Formation, and you can argue whether Hello and Formation, which song is better, but the whole album, Lemonade, when I listen to Lemonade, I have to listen to the whole album. It's like Pink Floyd for me.
Right. It's one of those, the whole album is a story. It's an arc and it's got a thing.
So she absolutely should have won Album of the Year. But the Grammys have this history of not rewarding, especially black women, that prize unless it's in the urban category.
Right.
And that's why I will never watch the Grammys again. That's why I get upset.
Right.
Even this year, I'm not going to take away, was it Casey Musgrave, winning the Album of the Year this year.
Okay.
But I felt like Janelle Monáe was also in that category.
Janelle Monáe has one of my favorite lines, and I only know this one song of hers.
Yeah.
And it is "Get Off My Areola," and which is the greatest line. It made me laugh, and it still makes me laugh when I think about it. So she had a great new album as well.
She did. Dirty Computer,
Computer?
which was influenced by Prince.
Okay.
And it's just one of those things where I'm like, again, I don't want to take away from Casey,
No, you don't want to ruin somebody else's thing.
No, you don't.
But if the whole project, if the whole institution is not going to recognize, and you claim that it's that its popularity and its quality, both of those things, these other people have won.
Yeah.
And you're not acknowledging it. Yeah. So you're like, well, why am I watching this? If it's just going to be a rah-rah parade for some pretty blonde woman. And
and I'm just like,
which is too bad because you love award shows.
I do. I do.
You enjoy.
I love me an award show.
You love outfits.
I do.
You love speeches. You know who all of those people are.
Yeah.
And
I think it's fun. But I can't watch the Grammys anymore. I actually don't do any music shows anymore.
I don't do any of them. The Oscars?
Feel like the Oscars, man, this year was rough.
Didn't they do tag team or something, or did they announce it from the back? How did they do it?
I actually don't think they need a host anymore.
Right.
I think that was the part
Did it
about
tighten
the
it up?
Oscars that worked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
For sure.
It seems like it was just steady work for a couple of old dudes.
It was a weak year. for movies.
Okay.
Overall.
Yeah.
Because normally I do the Oscar showcase where you sit in the movie theater for 24 hours and watch all the Oscar movies. And I couldn't bring myself to even do it this year. Nothing was.
Someone was just telling me that there was a documentary that Peter Jackson, the guy who directed Lord of the Rings, and that did about World War I using old footage from World War I, and it was snubbed on the Oscars. And, that's the only story I know about the Oscars. I didn't see anything this year except for Marvel-related movies and the movie Axel. I don't know if you've seen the movie Axel, available on Netflix. Okay. About a murder robot dog. Anyway, who runs away from the army, and then he becomes friends with a guy with a dirt bike. Right. Anyway, it's a story of my childhood. Okay.
Right on.
Very supportive, Ebony. You're like, politely. Yeah, anyway, so this year, it was Homecoming.
Homecoming.
So that's what came out.
That is what came out.
In the last 12 months.
Yes,
probably.
Correct. And, last year I went with a huge group of friends to see Beyonce in Philly because she was playing at the Rose Bowl.
That's right. That's right. You were like, oh, that's right. I'm not. That's when I found out that you weren't going back to the Rose Bowl.
No, I was like, I have a couple friends in New York and Philly, and I'm like, you know what? You guys want to go to Beyonce? Because I'm not going to the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
And that morning of buying tickets for 10 people?
Yeah.
At once or something like that?
How'd
that
that
very
work?
Stressful.
That is
But
stressful.
we did it. It was so much fun.
That's great. Do you have, so you, like, I don't really want to sit that up close either because it gets super loud too.
Yeah.
And did you sit up close?
No, we actually had great seats. The Eagles Stadium, whatever they call the Eagles Stadium, was actually pretty cool. You know, once you hiked up all those steps. Okay.
A lot of steps.
You hiked up. Yeah, I actually like to be a little elevated, I found,
to see over people.
Yeah.
And even if do you ever bring binoculars or anything?
No.
Because they usually have a Jumbotron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they have a Jumbotron, they're going to get close with their cameras.
And you want, with the Beyonce Jay-Z shows, they do movies during their shows. So their last album, Everything Is Love, was released.
They did an album together?
Yeah.
Okay, so
and then they did a whole tour
work,
together. Yeah.
And they do their albums together.
Yeah, they did an album together. And it's actually a pretty solid album. That's the one where they shut down the Louvre in Paris.
Oh, wow.
To shoot...
what was that one called?
To shoot whatever the hell that song was they did.
Okay. And they let them use the Louvre?
Yeah. So they didn't go to the Met Gala last year. And come to find out, it was because they were shooting Ape Shit.
And that's the name of the song or the album?
Yeah.
What was the name of the album?
Ape Shit. Everything is Love.
Everything is Love and Ape Shit?
Ape Shit is the album. And what was so cool is, they shut down the Louvre and the Louvre started doing a Jay-Z Beyonce tour of all of the artwork
that they had put in there.
Used in the show. So when I went to Paris,
did you take that tour?
I did. You know what? It's a lot of work.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. Because it's not all in one place. It's like it took us an hour to find the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
So disappointed.
Tiny.
So
I hear it's tiny. You know what? The Mona Lisa is not the thing I want to see.
Yeah.
When I go to Paris. But I suppose I will have to see it if I ever, if and when I get to Paris.
Say you were there,
right? It's like going to Amsterdam and not going to the saddest attic in the world,
right?
But
it's a couple days in the Louvre. You got to. I mean, I don't think we made it through the whole list.
Well, when we were in Florence, that's right. I've been to Florence with Andy Ashcraft. We went to the Uffizi, and he was furious because he has an art degree and he's an art guy.
Yeah.
And so by an hour and a half into it, I'm like, I'm going to meet you at the coffee shop at the end of this thing because I've seen too many Botticellis. I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah. And so I I'm blowing by freaking Botticellis. And I'm like, I saw 5. I'm good. I don't need to see the other 11. And so we get out and Andy is beside himself, not at me, at the fact at how big it is.
Yeah.
He's like, well, we need to spend 3 days here. Is that what the Louvre is like?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Oh, it's huge. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
but
we'll
it's
plan
a lot.
it. We'll plan to go several days then.
Yeah,
because if we can go 3 days in a row for 2 hours at a time, I will do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend 6 hours in a...
No, and that's what we ended up doing because we were on limited time. So we're like, look, let's try to get through this Jay-Z Beyonce thing. And
so was the Jay-Z Beyonce tour itself an hour?
Oh, no, we were there for a couple hours. Now, apparently there's an actual tour guide.
Okay.
That you can do. But I don't like organized stuff.
Okay.
I like
to just go?
be able, because I want to stand and look for a couple minutes and soak it in.
Sure.
And I was so unimpressed with the Mona Lisa. Not that I could have painted it, but... I was hoping for more.
Put that on a t-shirt. Not that I could have painted it, but I'm just saying.
The painting across the way, which I don't remember what it was called, was much more beautiful. I mean, I think it was Jesus and the Disciples. I think.
Okay.
I don't know what it was called.
Yeah.
But I was like, now this is a painting. Like this thing, it's like
doesn't even go with my.
Everybody's there trying to see it, trying to take pictures.
Right.
But Jay-Z and Beyonce made it look good. So
all right. So I will I will look up Homecoming, and I will look up and I think I want to Everything Is Love.
Everything Is Love.
I want to listen to that too.
Yeah.
And then I want to listen to Fleetwood Mac's The Dance.
The Dance, their live album. I've been to, what's funny? I've been to like 3 Fleetwood Mac concerts. I'm a huge Stevie Nicks fan.
Okay.
And I went to the one at the Forum a couple years ago. Of course, I don't know any friends who like Fleetwood Mac. So I went alone. So I'm literally, and I got floor seats.
Okay.
So I'm standing there.
Watching Fleetwood Mac.
With no black people.
Right.
And I'm like, what is wrong with you guys?
There's some good times happening with Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac is fantastic. I feel the way about Dave Matthews. You know how much I love Dave Matthews.
I do know that. That is weird.
There's like 5 brothers in the band.
I don't know.
How are there no black people at these Dave Matthews concerts?
Well, this is a question for the next episode of The Dork Forest. I have to say, I can't even name a Fleetwood Mac song. So,
man.
There's gaping holes.
Well, listen to The Dance.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of a greatest hits situation with The Dance.
All
and
right.
you get a little bit of that
perfect.
USC marching band,
That'll be swell.
Well, Don't Stop. You probably know Don't Stop. That was during the Bill Clinton, DNC convention. Don't Stop.
Maybe. Yeah. Sure. Sure. I love it.
Right on.
I love the idea that I will know that song when I hear it and go, because that's the whole thing, is that when I hear it, then I'm like, oh, that song.
Yeah, that song. Exactly.
I was born 107
107
years old, and I for some reason, my brain is a sieve with some of this stuff, but it makes a Dork Forest very interesting, because then no one has to ask the dumb questions, because I'm right here.
Right.
Ebony Jones, you've been on the Dork Forest. It's been an hour. This has been amazing.
This has been so amazing.
This is so fun. Now, everybody, go to Elizabeth Piggy's. It's with Elizabeth with a Z, Pegues, on Instagram. Watch Mrs. America when it comes out, probably in July or August, or
no. Oh no, that it's probably not going to come out till 2020.
Oh, they're going to shoot all of them.
Oh yeah,
they're going to shoot all of them and have them done.
2020, man. That's going to be the year.
Thank God.
Election, the whole 9.
In other news, everybody remember to vote, even in the shitty tiny elections, please.
Please vote.
Please vote. Thank you for doing the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and Rangers, you know the rules out there. Take care of each other.
My hat, my hat, my hat. They're dancing around my hat, my hat, my hat, my hat. Well, what do you think of that? If it looks like a Mexican hat dance and it sounds like a Mexican hat dance, it's most likely a Mexican hat dance. So take off your hat and let's dance.
Yay! Oh my God. Why don't we just call that as the end of the show?